Patrick McNeil back here with you at the intermission and joined now by Jay Dingwall, who is the CEO of Famous Folks Branding Agency. And if you're wondering why we have Jay on the program, well, Jay, tell us what Famous Folks Branding Agency is and why would we be reaching out to you for an interview?
Good to hear from you, Patrick. We are the agency that built the new and improved Cape Breton Eagles logo and jerseys.
Tell us a bit about your company. Obviously, design is a big part of that.
Absolutely. Brand is everything nowadays when it comes to companies positioning themselves. We help companies strategize who they are, what they want to convey to their customers, and then ultimately bring that to life. How does it look? How does it talk? How does it act? That's what we help them bring to life.
How did you become involved with the Eagles' new logo? Who was contacted? How did that process begin and end?
We've been fortunate. We're in Toronto as well as in Nova Scotia as well, too. We've done some work with the Eagles. When Peter McDonald was with the team, we did some work with them over the last decade. And then in 2018, Peter, under Gerard's direction, reached out to us to explore what could be from a new and improved organizational look.
How long does something like this take to design a new logo? I don't imagine it's just a matter of simply drawing things up. Walk us through that process.
That's a good question. It seems like it could, but it doesn't. There's a lot of stages in a process, and it can be shortened, but for the mandate from the Eagles was great. They wanted to do it right. They wanted a look that was representative of a professional franchise. That doesn't happen over the course of a weekend or a couple of weeks. We worked with those guys. We were under the gun, though, to get something done because of CCM's timing restrictions. They need a year's worth of lead time to make sure everything's set up. I'm not sure if that's a trade secret or not, but that was one of the driving forces. So it did take us a few months. We explore what mood boards that, in this case, the Eagles would like, honed in on a direction that's representative of Cape Breton and the team itself. And from there, we explored a bunch of different concepts. And once we settled in on one, it was an impressive feat of fine-tuning. It took us a couple months to get to what everybody sees on the jerseys and what everybody's hopefully wearing over the holidays and into 2020.
You would have been responsible for designing the shoulder patch logo as well, the CBE design that we see?
Yeah, we had a team on our side that was responsible for everything. Ultimately, there was the original word mark, the icon associated with the word mark, and then the patches that you see on the nameplate.
You talked about professionalism and maybe a representation of Cape Breton. What other concepts did the team stress? What did they want to see out of this logo that you think you did a really good job putting out?
I have to give Gerard credit under his leadership. They wanted a new energy and a new sense of purpose associated with the badge, we'll call it. All the things that Cape Bretoners are pride, welcoming, driven. All of those things are things that we wanted to bring forth, and the name is the name. We did collectively work on removing the word screaming and giving a lot more presence to just Cape Breton Eagles. So that was a big discussion point, but once we crossed that bridge, it was, okay, we need an eagle, and we need an eagle that's paying homage to the decades of history we have here, but giving us a look that people will want to rally behind going forward.
Before I was on the phone with you today, I was on the phone with a gentleman in Rouyn-Noranda, and they removed some of the wording in their logo. We see the Eagles is still prominent as a word. Was that ever discussed? Was that important to keep wording in the logo?
That's been the franchise. They were adamant about that. That was never off the table.
I know Ryan Joseph has some involvement in your company as well. He's the son of Blair Joseph. Was he involved in the logo at all? Tell us about his role in the company.
Ryan and I co-founded the agency. It's what seems like many moons ago, but we've been very fortunate. Ryan's been involved from a creative perspective since day one and has kind of put people in place to help make things run smooth on a day-to-day basis. So he was involved at a high level. I was involved at a high level. But the team that actually worked on this was a creative director named Adam McLean, originally from the Valley of Nova Scotia, and a senior art director, designer named Deirdre Thibault. And she worked tirelessly to make sure that the direction from Adam and Ryan was executed to the client's liking. And we're all very proud of the team that's made what you guys now see in front of you.
It's good for those people to get some recognition now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that go into this, and a lot of people think it's just something that gets whipped up. And there are people that dedicate their professional careers to making sure people, like clients, are happy. And Adam and Deirdre and the people on the account team that worked with Peter and Gerard and their team, this thing came to fruition, and with a little bit more direction when Mr. Simon came in. We're all very proud of what it stems from. And Ryan and I, being from Cape Breton, are obviously very proud to be able to build those types of working relationships and see to what the people that we've hired have put into the world. It's pretty cool.
Now, I'm sure your company deals with all kinds of different businesses, and I don't know about yourself and how big of a hockey guy you are. Obviously, Ryan is. This must be, emotionally speaking, probably one of the projects you're most invested in.
For sure. We're all pretty passionate about sport, and obviously Cape Breton sport. The joke in the office on my side, I was cut from the then Streaming Eagles in 1997 after a couple weeks of training camp. So it was me trying to get back into the organization any way I could. But no, we're really, really proud to be with the Eagles. We've done some work with the Sydney Mitsubishi Rush as well, too. So any chance we get to help professionalize and really present to the community what these great organizations stand for, we're going to jump at that opportunity.
We don't want to keep Jay on the phone all day long, but he's also telling me about the work they've done with Breton Brewing, very iconic logo in the community, and also CBU Athletics as well. So the work of famous folks being seen all around, and I think people would be happy to know that even if the company's based in Ontario, some Cape Bretoners are still having great input. Thanks for telling us all about it, Jay. Best of luck with the company going forward.
Right on, Patrick. Happy New Year, man. Take care.
That's Jay Dingwall. He's the CEO of Famous Folks Branding Agency, the company that designed the new Cape Breton Eagles logo. You're listening to the intermission of Carstar, Cape Breton Eagles Hockey on 1270 CJCB.